Ceasefire talks aimed at ending the war in Gaza have broken down, even as the humanitarian situation on the ground reaches catastrophic levels. Both the United States and Israel have now pulled their negotiating teams out of Doha, with Washington directly accusing Hamas of derailing the talks. Well, U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff said that American officials have returned from Qatar for further consultations, citing Hamas's alleged unwillingness to move towards an agreement. U.S. President Donald Trump asserted the same. Take a listen.
Hamas didn't really want to make a deal. I think they want to die, and it's very, very bad. And it got to be to a point where you're going to have to finish the job. They really, they asked for things. Don't forget, we got a lot of hostages out. So now we're down to the final hostages, and they know what happens after you get the final hostages. And basically, because of that, they really didn't want to make a deal. I saw that. So they pulled out, and they're going to have to fight, and they're going to have to clean it up. You're going to have to get rid of it.
Well, Hamas rejected this accusation and expressed surprise at the decision. The group claims it remains committed to finding common ground and moving ahead with negotiations. Despite weeks of intense mediation by Qatar and Egypt, the talks have failed to bridge these critical divides. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that while Israel still supports the idea of a truce, Hamas is standing in the way. He warned that Israel's flexibility at the negotiating table should not be mistaken for any kind of weakness.
We are working to get another deal to release our hostages. But if Hamas perceives our willingness to reach a deal as a weakness, as an opportunity to dictate lines of defeat that will endanger Israel, it is greatly mistaken.
Hamas also released a statement earlier today stating that it remains open to talks and wants to overcome the remaining hurdles to reach a permanent ceasefire. Now, the Doha negotiations had been underway for more than 2 weeks before they collapsed. Mediators from Qatar and Egypt had been working to push both the sides towards a breakthrough. But the gap between them and their demands reportedly are proven too wide to close. And the negotiations collapse. It comes at a time when the humanitarian crisis in Gaza is growing worse by the day. The United Nations and multiple aid agencies are warning of an imminent shortage of life-saving therapeutic food for children of Gaza. According to UNICEF, Gaza is on the verge of exhausting its supply of ready-to-use therapeutic food, an important treatment for children suffering from malnutrition. Well, the agency expects stocks to run out by mid-August unless new shipments arrive soon in Gaza. UNICEF says it has enough food left for just 3,000 children. But in the first half of July alone, more than 5,000 children in Gaza required emergency nutrition treatment. And the toll in Gaza continues to worsen as we speak. Gaza's health ministry reports that at least 122 Palestinians, that's the number, who have died of hunger. Majority of them are children. The UN's Palestinian Refugee Agency, UNRWA, said that 1 in 5 children in Gaza City, they are now malnourished, and the numbers continue to rise. Israel, which controls all entry points into Gaza, denies imposing a blockade. It has repeatedly accused Hamas of mismanaging aid and blames the group for the growing crisis. In an effort to support its claims, the Israeli military took reporters to the Kerem Shalom crossing, where rows of aid boxes, as you can see on your screens, were seen waiting for distribution inside Gaza. As Israel insists that humanitarian aid is being allowed inside Gaza, but it is not being properly delivered on the ground. Amid all of this, the calls for a Palestinian statehood are also growing. French President Emmanuel Macron has said that France plans to recognize the Palestinian state during the United Nations General Assembly in September, expressing hope that such a move could help perhaps de-escalate tensions in Gaza and revive peace efforts. Not just Macron, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer said that Palestinian statehood is an inalienable right and repeated his call for an immediate ceasefire as a crucial step towards a two-state solution. As of now, with no agreement in sight, growing humanitarian crisis and global pressure mounting, the situation in Gaza remains dire.